All right, I have to be official here. I know. I wanted to be bright tonight, so all right, now I'm official. Hey, everybody.
I could put my loom in my head.
Welcome to. I'm Tiffany Windsor. Welcome to the Cool2Craft Pajama Party, where things can get a little crazy if we want them to.
Yeah,
definitely.
You need to wrap your hair around that, Jules.
Well, now I'm not going to be able to get
your
it
hair. We could weave your hair with your loom.
It'll be a new braiding technique with your hair on your loom.
You know, not for nothing. I feel like you could. I feel like you could do something like woven in pieces.
I said so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well.
Anyways, hi everybody.
Introduce yourself.
You want me to introduce myself?
Sure.
Hey. Juliana, inventor of the jewel loom. So excited to be here. So excited to be here. Like I'm reading your mind. I'm reading your mind. You're thinking about projects, craft projects. What kind of glue am I going to use? What surface is it going to be on? What shall I make?
This is why we have Jules on the show, because I love this because I'm doing a 90-second recap of the shows now, and I'll have to think about what I'm going to say about that.
Yeah,
she's comic relief.
I'm comic relief. Well, I was going to say because it's late here, but it's actually later for you two. So
it is.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started tonight.
Yeah, I know. You have your whatnot after this too, my lands.
We do.
Yeah.
And was it last week we went 2 hours on whatnot?
We did.
That's what you said.
It was
That's
a record.
incredible.
Yes. So we have a lot.
Lucky you have each other's voices, because like when I get off of the whatnot, I'm just like I can't talk.
There's been weeks where I cannot. When we're an hour here, 2 hours there, that I can't talk. So
Mary got the latest whatnot boxes from both of you today. So she's a happy.
Did she get my text?
I don't know if she got your text, but she got your box.
I texted her. I Facebooked her from here to the other end of the world. Like, hello. And she didn't respond. Is she in the room? I can't see who's in the room.
Chat.
Mary,
change it to comments, Jules.
Oh, boo. I'm such a dork.
She's saying which text, so no, I don't think she did.
Was I? Maybe it was another Mary. Oops.
Who also didn't reply to you?
Who also did not reply to me? It was Mary, who was looking for the funky yarn. And I said, I'm going to go to Michael's, because she said her closest Michael's was 100 miles away. And I said, I will go to Michael's and get a photograph of the product. And then I just ended up buying whoever Mary is. I bought her some yarn.
Mary says yes. That's funny. Yes.
Oh.
So it is
silly. Okay. So I bought some for you, Mary. So I'll take a picture of it and see if it's what you like.
So I want to be sure everyone knows who our special featured guest is tonight. And it's Meg Daves. And she's had a busy day because she was on Anne's show earlier, but she has a brand new ebook that's available at Bella Crafts. There you go. So this is the drum roll, please. This is going to be the premiere that she's going to teach. And I went and watched Anne's show for a while this afternoon.
Wow.
And so it's fabulous. I love this book.
I do too.
Wait until Meg comes on and shows you what her secret recipes are.
Wow, that's so neat. Congratulations to Meg and Anne for that, because that's it. Yeah, so, holding her baby.
I also want everyone to know that I actually went in and changed the name of our whatnot page so that there's no more confusion. It's Cool2Craft.
Oh, good.
So I want to make sure everybody can get in tonight. You should be able to, but I'm going to post in the new invite just in case. But I'm pretty sure, no, that's not the link I want. I'm pretty sure that you should not have a problem getting into whatnot. And let me go find where I put.
It's such an easy app, by the way, to use. Like if you're hesitating for any reason, like I've had some people who don't really, and they don't even know what it is, right? So think of it kind of like having a selling channel on your phone, on your app, kind of like other big names that I won't mention, but it's super user friendly and it's very well established and known, or we wouldn't be on it. So if you have any hesitation about like, oh, I've got to give my credit card or whatever, don't worry. It's just like in my Shopify shop, how things are secure, and in both Tiffany and Ann's shops, like Whatnot is probably even, I mean, they're just as secure. So I know a couple people kind of brought that up in the Jewel Loom group. So
good. I'm glad you shared that. And Jules, would you put the link to your Whatnot? And when do you have your shows?
So I have my Whatnot show every Thursday at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's right after my YouTube live. So my YouTube live is every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I give myself 15 minutes, which why didn't I give myself more? Keep the momentum going. So then we go right over to Whatnot. Very similar to Tiffany. Currently the shop is called Juliana's Jewels, which is adorable. And I don't know that I'm going to change it, but for continuity, I might change it back to Jewel Loom. So we'll see. I don't want to confuse people either. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. You know all my names.
And Ann and I had launched our business, Faithful Creatives, and we thought we would be doing everything with that. And it's like, wait, we want to relaunch Cool2Craft, which is we're working on so many exciting things for Cool2Craft that we can't wait. Jules and Ann and I are rocking it. And so
all hours of the day and night.
Please pray for us because there's big things that we're working on. And that is definitely why the Lord has brought Cool2Craft back up, because there's amazing things. So anyway, can't wait till we can share all of that with you. And
yes,
that's why I decided I needed to get this on the Cool2Craft platform, because all of our friends could find us, but in a bigger universe, we want to make sure that we're not lost in all of that. The other thing, let's do the giveaway. And did you see that I posted something for the giveaway?
I thought I saw it, yes.
So this is the giveaway.
Here, let me make you a bit large screen.
Okay. So those of you who are in our Facebook group, what I do is I post each week and put the giveaway there. And this week I asked a question about what inspires you. And so those of you who left a message on that post, and you can bring yourself back and Jules back. Those who left a message on that post, I put into the randomizer. And so I'm going to hit the randomized list. And
wait, is that for this week's show?
It's last week's giveaway, but because we didn't pick something for last week.
Oh yeah, I just said I'd put something together, but that's better. Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, Ann is not home; she's on the road, and so I thought I'm going to go ahead and jump in without talking to Ann, and just go ahead and. So this is last week's, and I think we're going to just talk about it. This is this week's giveaway, and you'll have to find out what the new giveaway is from our group, because it gets too confusing going all the way back to last week. And anyway, so once we give this away tonight. Tomorrow I'll post what the giveaway is then for the next giveaway. Does that make sense, or am I confusing everyone a lot more?
Well, so this is from last week's show, because we give you guys a whole week, those watching the replay, to enter.
Right.
And that's why it's a week late.
So the best thing is to join our Facebook group, which is Cool2Craft. Look under groups, type in Cool, the number 2 Craft. And then you'll see my post and you'll be able to make a comment, because we make you work a little bit for it. In the past, we were asking what was the favorite thing that you liked about last week's show. And so this week I made you work a little bit more and said, what what is it that inspires you? And it's really cool to see all the responses. So, and what we haven't done, I have not done, Anne, is I have not kept track of who's been winning in the past weeks. So I've just been picking whoever comes up in this randomizer, but we do need to set some guidelines for that. That obviously I want your comments in there, but if you've won in the last couple of weeks, I'm going to have to move to someone else on the list because we do want to spread the love and the creativity. So,
and as we go, it might be you can win once every 3 months, or as we have more and more people. If you keep coming up, which is great, we want you to comment regardless.
Right.
But I will go through and pull the names of the people who have won in the past.
Okay, good, because I have not done a good job. I make lists of everything. I haven't done that. So,
yeah, go ahead.
So let's see.
We work well together, really.
I'm going to click randomize list, and okay, our winner is Kelly Stoller. I don't know if Kelly is
Kelly
watching tonight. Is Kelly watching?
I don't see a Kelly.
I didn't see her come in. It doesn't mean she's not here.
Yeah.
Okay. She might be watching and not in the chat. So congratulations to Kelly. And what I will do is make sure in the Facebook group that we reach out to you and let you know so that there she is.
Time.
I'm so excited that my Inspire artwork is finding its new home coming to you. So congratulations.
Too.
I know, pretty cool, isn't it? And I also know we should announce that we heard in chats earlier that there are several who may want to share tonight in the spotlight.
That is what I heard.
Okay, so we need to be sure and share that link. So I'm going to put that invite in right now.
Okay.
So that's the magic link. And a reminder that when you click on that link, it's going to be a new tab and you have to close out the old tab so you don't get an echo. And we would love for you to come on and share tonight. In the meantime, while we're waiting, I know Jules has a show and tell tonight.
I do have a show and tell.
What would it be? Okay.
So I'm gonna make you large screen. There you go.
Did you see my lips?
I thought you were frozen.
I thought you were frozen too.
And if I were to freeze, that's probably what I would look like.
That's why I thought perfect.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it's like August 13th or something like that. I'm going to be on.
My birthday.
Oh, heck. That's awesome. Okay. So this is very funny. Do you see the pink on this tassel maker?
Do.
Okay. Yeah. Take a wild guess what that is.
Wow.
Salsa.
Lipstick, people. Lipstick. Somehow my Tatcha lipstick got onto my tassel maker. So I just thought, well, I'm just going to pretend. So I should probably fill her in. Anyway, we not only do looms, but we do tassels. It's just a simple little tassel making kit that I have on the website over at jewelloom.com. So I believe I secured, like I said, August 13th to actually come on and show you how to make the tassels. And so here are just some like examples. And I love using whatever's not moving. I say that with weaving as well. I think I can do this. Oh my gosh. And so they're super, super simple to make. I super love this one. I just realized, I was like, oh, where'd all the other beads go? So I better find those.
Check your lipstick.
Yeah, check my lipstick. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is like sori ribbon. Look at how gorgeous that is. So a tassel made with sori ribbon, tassels made with just basic yarn that you would get from the craft store. And then these are fibers. And so these are absolutely delicious as well. I love adding, oh gosh, what is the word when it's not spun? Roll. Why can't I find my fiber words? Anyway,
Golden? No.
thank you. That's what it is. Just a cute little, and this is that funky stuff, Mary, that you liked. So, and then I believe Chantel made this one for us, Bellicon
2 years ago.
2 years ago, 22 years ago. and these are actually earrings. Look how cool these are. So you could just, I mean, it's really kind of crazy that you can just take these pieces of wood that like what, and then make super cool tassels. And we're going to do that. So if you want to start gathering materials between now and August 13th, you know, denim, fibers, yarns, whatever, go to a second time around shop, pick up some stuff. $1.25 Chanel from the $1.25 store. When are they going to change that?
So Jules, I'm going to put a link in from your website. There's a multiple size 3-pack. Is that the link you want me to put in?
Yeah, that's the one that they want, the multiple size 3-pack. If they want to make multiple sizes, there is also one that just has like 3 of the small ones. But I think, you know, like the big guy makes, you know, the bigger tassels. And with the holidays coming up and stuff like that, you're going to want to like make tassels until the cows come home. So I think this is a substantial set, and they're really made very, very well. And they don't come with lipstick. You have to apply your own lipstick to your.
They might want yours.
Exactly. That's right. And then so tomorrow with the Jewel Loom. So my YouTube channel is at Jewel Loom. And so I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to take the $1.25 Premier Just Chanel. I wonder why they had to put that word in there. It's just like, is other Chanel made with weird stuff? I don't know. But this is crazy. A whole skein for $1.25. And look what I did. I made a bracelet. And it's so, so incredibly delicious and soft. And probably one of the most inexpensive bracelets that you could ever make. But how fun is that? I mean, it's so fun. And I used the original Jewel Loom. Okay. If you have the small Wisdom Warrior, you can make bracelets on that as well. And my baby mama just popped in. You could probably figure out how to make one on the Eileen.
Explain what that is.
I know. Eileen, I made a loom for Eileen, and I don't know. I feel like I haven't had visitation in a while. Kind of feel like we need to talk. It's very soft, and so you could, you could make one of these with her looms and then put it on your binding, you know, like on your journals and stuff. But it's just so gorgeous. So I'm going to use the coral tomorrow, and I'm going to use one of my butterfly buttons. And really, it's so crazy. You need your Jewel Loom, your chenille from the $1.25 store, pair of scissors, and you could weave it with your hands, or if you have a blunt needle, you could do that. Like if you have one of the wood looms that came with a needle, you could use that needle, or you could just like go back and forth with a blunt needle, anything, and a button. I mean, it's kind of crazy. And I think with one skein, you can make like a bazillion. So great project, great birthday project. I mean, imagine this summer, or just like all this stuff in one little bag. Like Eileen knows what I'm talking about. She like packs up her car and goes to the ocean. I don't know what you all call it, Eileen, where you go. Cause I know in Jersey, we call it the shore. California, we call it the beach. So yeah, I'm real excited to share that. So that'll be at 4:00 tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, west side of the world, California, etc. And then right after that, we'll go into the whatnot. And I think I have almost 50 items. And it's kind of going to be a junk journal paradise. I've got like a lot of really crazy. Can I show you one?
Okay, wait. Eileen calls it the beach.
Oh, was it the feet?
I love it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where did she go? I just was grabbing a link and she disappeared.
No, I said, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Look at these things. Do you see how gorgeous these are? I mean, are you kidding me right now? Look at their bottoms.
Those look like they're handmade.
They look a lot bigger than when you showed me.
Yeah.
For us
I know.
yesterday. Yeah,
they're
huge.
I thought they were like button size.
Because she shared photos. We didn't see them in her hands. That's why.
Yeah.
Got it.
So these are all a part of my show tomorrow. I have like several sets. There, 3 of these weigh like just about a good 9 ounces. So, but aren't they so pretty? And then there's a set where they didn't do this speckle. And so it's just like this rustic, like brown. And I was like, oh, if somebody knows how to paint, they could like paint on that. You know how people paint on rocks? You could do that on like this one set that I have. But are these crazy?
They're
so cool. Yeah, they're super cool. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, you know,
Thanks for sharing.
I know there's just so much creativity. I love seeing the scrapbookers and the journal makers and you know, like Eileen's group of people and Bella Khan's group and of course Cool2Craft, and then they merge with Jewel Loom, you know, which are mostly beaters and weavers, and then it's kind of cool to see like everybody come together because you don't know what you're going to get.
Eileen's wondering if they're ceramic. They're wood, right?
Yeah. No, they're pottery. They're ceramic. They're like
pottery.
Yeah, I mean, look at see,
like a bisque.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, they were like embellishing like a water fountain. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure you must see we have Lenine and Christine and Karen.
I do see that. Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Jules.
You're welcome. Thanks for letting me share. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes. So we are going to bring in Lenine because she is in here first, for me at least.
I've seen her first too. Yay!
Hi, Lenine.
Hi, Lenine.
Hello. So last week, Tiffany did that awesome demo on batik. And I wanted to take that to class. So in my next class, what I did on UPO, I did this is a blue, what is it? Hot glue.
Hot glue, yes.
I did that on the UPO. And then I did this alcohol inks. What did I do today? I just did it this afternoon. Did alcohol inks, and I did the metallic alcohol ink. I did green and yellow in the middle there, and then I did a mermaid on the outside, and then I splattered it with a distress spray, and then pulled the glue off. Did that turn out cool?
That's really gorgeous.
That is awesome.
All inspired by you, Tiffany.
Wow, that is so awesome. And for those of you who maybe missed the technique, watch the replay of last week's show. It's also on cool2craft.blog.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you.
And I will be doing this in my next class.
Will you please take
nice.
pictures of the class if they're willing to let you take a picture, a group picture, let them all hold up, and we want to share it.
Yes, we do.
Okay. But is that cool?
It's very cool.
Inspired by you, Tiff.
This is what it's all about. This is what it's about. You know, as designers, we don't always get to see what everyone makes. So to be able to see that you ran with us that idea, and it's easy, isn't it? Using the hot glue.
Yeah. So here it is. But I did it on UPO because this would release then.
Right.
Yep.
Because they couldn't do it on paper.
Right.
Yeah, but there to there.
Oh my goodness.
I heated this to put it back on the UPO, the blank one, because this is the one I used to make this
to save it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Very good.
Thank you, Lenine.
Yep. And I love your hair.
Welcome.
I love your
Eileen
hair. I
loves
saw
your
your
hair.
Oh,
post.
thank you.
Yeah, I saw your posts with all your mermaidness.
Thank you.
I'm having fun. I deserve to.
Yes, you do.
You do. You do.
Thanks, Lenine.
Thank you.
That is so cute. I saw
Okay.
her post with her hair after she got it done. It was really
Oh,
beautiful
cool.
greens, and I was like,
Oh,
oh, it's so fun.
I haven't seen it. I just saw Eileen put in there that she liked her hair too.
Oh,
So-
good.
We'll bring in Christine next. Hi,
Hey,
Christine.
Christine.
Hi. I look a mess and I'm sorry.
You're
So
looking
Jewel,
Fabulous.
totally fine.
I am definitely junk journal type of person. Love it. So
That's so cool.
I really, I don't know. I just decided July, Christmas, what the heck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. What
So
is
I
going
started
on?
with that, all right? And then I did something a little bit here.
Nice.
All right. And this is just a little it says Dear Santa on the inside.
So
I've been a
cool.
Good girl. Good girl. Different size pages. There's 5 signatures. 3 of them are sewn in. 2 of them are glued in. And I made something like this. Very nice. Very cool, right? A little different. At least I think so. That's me. Of course, I'm different anyway. Let's see. I know I've got another page here. Oh, the what do they call those again? Slide where you can slide things in.
Belly band?
Belly band. But
Yep.
this one's 2 because you can do that behind her too.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And then what really, really, I don't know why, she just really wanted me to show you this. Lauralee. She thought that was the cutest thing. You know what that is, right?
Well, it looks like something dimensional. Is it like a pill packet?
No. Mm-mm.
What is it?
It's off of our wipes.
Baby
Yeah.
wipes.
Yeah.
Baby wipe pet. Like, yeah, I
Baby
was
wipe.
thinking pills, but
You said
I don't
pills,
know
but
why.
Anyway, I got really cute with it and decided Santa's
Oh
gonna
my
hide in there.
gosh. That's the most clever thing ever.
Yeah.
That's
So
adorable.
That's
I did
so cool.
that. And then I got, a little bit of fur on the back of it because I thought, what the heck? Santa's got to have fur. But then I did this on the back.
It's beautiful, Christine.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely
So gorgeous.
beautiful. And
Thank
we
you
love
so
Christmas in July.
Yes.
Gotta love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Did that for many years.
Absolutely. I'm a Christmas fanatic anyway. So
Aw.
But there
Fun
you go.
times.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Remember how many times we did Christmas in July on Aleen's?
I have a great story to tell about that, but I know Karen is waiting in the queue. So yes.
Hi, Karen.
Me and my Tiggy here. He decided to get on my lap. It's an honor to be on tonight. Nice to meet you, Tiffany, Ann, and Juliana, and Eileen, if she's on here too.
In chat.
I just recently bought from Ann on Whatnot.
Here,
What?
let me make you large.
Impression Obsession. Okay,
Yes.
and this is a die. All right, and then I die cutted the pieces out.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
Like
beautiful
that.
die.
And then I used the sticky stuff right there to create what I'm going to be sending out are these. And
Gosh.
Oh, that is
So
beautiful.
pretty.
this is my own photography. And
Wow.
you all inspired me with all these tips and tricks.
Aw.
And there's one more. That's my own photography of
Oh my.
stargazers
No
from
way.
years ago.
That.
And it's put on a photo paper.
That's
And
so
that's
cool.
inside.
And you made
And
a
I'm going
card.
to be writing a few notes. And
Wow.
I think someone knows exactly who they're going to go to. Anyway, okay. That's all I had to share.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Great
much.
job. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
We'll see you
cool.
later.
We love
Karen,
everyone.
On my
That's
she
so
was-
neat.
she was on my live today in the chat, and I was explaining that my mom was in recovery from a hospital stay, and she said, "Can we send her cards?"
Oh,
So that is just
so
the
sweet.
community. It's so wonderful, and yes,
Aw.
my mother will be very surprised.
I love that.
So I just have a really quick show and tell, and then we definitely. I know Meg is waiting for someone
Waiting.
also. You know how we talk about craft fails, and I was playing with a vintage Aleene's technique today, which is the look of copper enamel. So you mix glue and paint
gosh.
together. But I laid these on the floor in front of the fan to dry, and I stepped on it, and it stuck to my shoe.
After you said what to yourself?
What's that?
After you said what to yourself?
After I said, don't step on it. You know, yeah. I baked a pie, and I was taking a pie up to my brother, and I just totally forgot. So the rest of my share and tell really, really quick are some of the things I'm going to do on Whatnot tonight to let everybody know I have more of my wood tags in Whatnot. I have a lot of those tonight. And we know that some of our audience have been crafting with these. We've missed these in the past couple of weeks because we just have been going so long. But these are leather keychains that I also engrave. So we have sets of these. And then I also, for those of you who joined us at Bellicon, I did some follow-up kits, and I have a few extras of those, which are the ones that have the solid panel. These hold the 5 vials. So I have the actual unfinished kits that you can assemble. I have a few of those. And then I have some more of my artwork. So this is my fire clay work, stamped, hand colored with colored pencils. So I just wanted, that's my show and tell tonight. But I was going to do a project and actually demo a project that stuck to the bottom of my shoe. So this is all you get.
That is amazing.
So that project will be in the weeks ahead.
I actually have a faux enamel teacup with one of Eileen's teacup dies from years ago that I used that technique on.
Okay.
And it's one of the few projects I have kept. I mean, I don't keep everything. And yeah, because it turned out so great.
Yeah, it was interesting because I was very challenged with the paint today. So I'm going to go buy a more expensive paint rather than the $1.25 paint because it wasn't mixing well with the glue. And so it's good. That's why we do these tests.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to have that same problem.
Right.
So just give me a couple weeks and I'll master it and not step on it. And we'll have a fun project.
Aww.
Yes.
So our special guest tonight is Meg Daves, and she's going to be sharing her new book, Card Sketches with a Twist. There she is. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Meg. So I just want to say something that while Meg is demoing, I'm going to put some links in here because her official launch date, even though we showed it during Bellicon, her official launch date was today. And you guys can get 25% off the digital copy. But if you love print like I do, this one is available print on demand. And MagCloud, who we use to print these, has a 20% off print copies through July 11th.
That's awesome.
So, wow.
I'm gonna make Meg full screen, and she can just go for it.
Okay, so we're talking about, you want me to do the project first or talk about the book first? What you want me to
Whatever you want.
Let's talk about the book.
Then we'll wait here.
So, and I want to make sure we have plenty of time to show the book. I want to see your project too, but I want you to talk about your book.
Okay, I'm excited to.
Okay.
So the book is called Card Sketches with a Twist. And if you are not familiar, if you're not a card maker and you're not familiar with what card sketches are, they're like templates. And they've been around forever. But I was not a fan of them back in the day when they first came out because they'd be extremely ornate with like 28 different layers on it. And it was just too much. And I felt like I had to follow every little step of the sketch. If I missed something, I had messed up. Lots of self-critique with it. And people kept saying, no, you got to keep working with them. You got to use them. You have to use them. And so finally I was like, I'm going to figure out a way to make sketches work for me. And so I like simple sketches. But one of the things that's popular in the sketch world is a new sketch all the time. And it's just too hard to keep up. So I like the simple sketches. I refer to them as little black dresses. So they're ones that you can dress up. They're ones that you can dress down. But I like to take them and go further with them. So I started a program years ago, and that's what this first volume of the book is based on. And so I would release a card sketch, and then each week I would have a different twist on that card sketch. So we're really getting to explore some different creative options. So we've got in here, you can see the sketches. The sketches are not the wow. I'll be the first to admit, these are little black dresses. There's nothing fancy about them. But then when we open it up, what we've done is you'll see the sketch. Oop, or my picture. Look at that. You'll see the sketch, and then you'll see the 4 cards that go along with it, and very simple supply lists. And then after that, it's going to be a full picture of each card and an explanation of how we got to that point, because Anne was the first to say, I don't get it. That doesn't look like the sketch. And so we added some content up at the top that tells you how exactly we got to this card using this sketch. So I like to take things, dissect them, break them apart, move the elements, and make it work for me. So this is a labor of love, and I have been working on this for a little bit now, and so I'm so excited it's here. And when I opened the package the other day, I had no idea that's what it was, and I was like, tore it open, and there was the book. So that is what the book is all about. And like Anne said, it launched today. And so we're going to do a little, I'm here to answer any questions y'all have about card sketches. I'll show you one of these in action when y'all are ready for that. But definitely hit me up with questions if you've got them, because I want to know what you want to know.
Awesome. Do you want to switch cameras and go to demo mode?
Sure. Okay. So let me do that real quick.
And I see that Anne has posted links for Meg's book in the chat so that everyone can get to the right spot to get their discount.
Yes. Okay, so what we're going to be working with tonight is going to be sketch number 12. So this is what the sketch looks like. So we have our card, and we've got 4 squares. We've got our 4 main items on there. So in the book, I show 4 different ways to use that sketch. And like I said, we have a description of each, but I'm going to walk you through a different way, because just because there's 4 ideas doesn't mean that's where you have to stop. So we're going to start by doing some stamping. And I'm going to be using a red for my apple. I love this little apple. It's one of my favorites. And what we're going to be playing off of is the 4 square pattern. So we're going to take this, make sure y'all can see. Stamp that apple. And I have a rule about only 1 ink pad open at a time, or else things go very south very quick. And I'm going to stamp this over here. And then we're going to add a stem on top of our apple. This card is going to go together super quick. Okay, so we've got our little stem. And then real quick, I'm going to go through and cut this out. I'm going to do a better job than that, don't worry. And So when I'm working with sketches, I'm looking for the supplies that I already have. And this was something we talked about earlier on the live. The book is not a copy paste for you guys. That's not the intention. In fact, I've said I'd be very hurt if y'all copied it exactly the way it is. It's meant to be a jumping off point, a starting point for you to look at the supplies that you have and go from there. So where I'm using an apple tonight, you could use a Christmas tree, going back to the Christmas in July. This could be a Halloween ghost. It could be whatever image you want. So please don't make it with an apple. It's not about copying exactly what I did. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to cut apart my sentiment. I love to cut apart sentiments. I feel super creative when I do it. I don't know why. Okay, so we'll do this. Give a little trim over here. Trim over here. And the only thing I've done ahead of time is cut some squares out and then did some dry embossing. That's it. Okay. We'll trim these down. All right, so I think I have everything we need. Where's that other word? There we go. And move this out of the way. All right, so I'm going to bring in our card base and get that folded in half. On top of here, I'm going to add some adhesive, and this is where we're going to add the panel from the card sketch. That's going to be our background panel. And remember, you can always add or take away from the sketches. Like I said, these are the little black dresses. So if you don't want to have some of the elements that I'm putting on mine, don't. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to add this dry embossed piece. It's just got some fun polka dots on there. I love polka dots. And then here are my 4 squares. Now, if y'all remember in the sketch, they looked quite a bit bigger. These are quite a bit smaller on purpose. Another way to work with the sketch. So I just took the squares and downsized them. We're going to add each of these. Following the take on the sketch where it had the 4 squares. Then I'm going to add a circle element to the middle. I'm going to move these out of the way. Then we'll add some foam adhesive. Add that on our card. Take this, cut this one in half. And then these will get some other foam adhesive that's a little bit more narrow. Oop, too much. Okay, and then if I put the words in the right order, it'll be even better. That's some stray adhesive. And there we go. So there's our card. So let's go back to the sketch and take a look at it. I move my inks because I do not want to, or move my stamps. I do not want to get ink on this beautiful new book. So we started with our card base in 4 big squares. And we changed it to 4 smaller squares, separated them out just like we did on the sketch, but we moved them up into the corner, added a circle on top, added our apple, and added our sentiments over to the side. And just like that, we have another cute take on this same sketch. So these are so easy to work with. And like I said, they're the little black dress. You can add to it. You can take away from it. It's whatever is going to work best for you. And there we go. There is our card demo for tonight. How easy and quick was that?
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, like the idea of just being able to take that and then
the whole concept,
make that smaller. Like that is so visual. I'm a visual person.
Right.
I like that kind of thing.
I got kicked out for a minute, so I don't know if Meg said this, but in her book, we do have like supplies listed for each card.
Oh, cool.
But they're general supplies. I mean, it might say a 1.5-inch square, but you might change the size up. You're going to do a different print. I mean, it's to use up your scraps too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is the beauty of this book.
Yeah, nice.
It's all designed to help you have a jumping off point for a design without having to put too much thought into it.
So good.
We're not having to start all over with a new sketch all the time. Start with the same one and make little tweaks to it for massive creativity. I love sketches now.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
When I first saw your sketch and then I saw the pictures, like you said, I was like, we really need to explain so people know why. Because some of them didn't look like the sketch, but once you explained it, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
So it's all just a way to look at your supplies differently.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny that you have squares behind you.
Oh, true.
With the circle.
Yeah, it seems to be your thing.
So as a reminder, going back, Anne has put the links in, but remind everyone again, they can get it both digitally and print on demand. So let's talk about that again.
Okay, so digitally, it comes right to your inbox after you purchase it. Print on demand, you get a digital copy free, so you get that right away. But the print on demand, we use a third party. I love print. Mm-hmm. Even though I do digital books, I love print. Mm-hmm. So some of our books, someday I will make all of them are available. Some are so big, 150 pages. You couldn't afford to buy it. But print on
demand. It only depends how bad you want it in print.
Right. I mean, but some of them, I think one of Eileen's books, I think I paid almost $40 for it with no markup. Mm-hmm. So but if you love print, you might want this one. But digital is great too. Like Meg said, she has it on her iPad and she can just scroll through it and it makes it easy. But whichever way you work, whatever way you love to work, we have both available for her book.
What a great, I would think you'd want to like write notes and tab everything and color stickies and highlighters. And
there's Jules going into her visual. Also, I invited Eileen in to come on tonight, but I don't know if she's ignoring me. Oh, we lost Anne again.
Oh, we lost Anne.
So Eileen, you definitely have to come in to the room. But
does she have a link?
When I posted it earlier. Anne's back. So when I was watching your show with Anne earlier today, Meg, you were talking a little bit about how you got started in the 1990s and how crafting, of course, has evolved so much. But talk a little bit about that because we have a few minutes and Eileen, I'll post the link for you again.
Oh, I just grabbed it.
Okay, good. But tell us about how you got started in all of this.
So this is like a crazy story, but I worked as a paramedic for many years, and there were very few females that I worked with, and my boss was a female, and she invited me to a stamp party, and I did not want to go, but I thought, we all have postage, like we have to mail bills. I had no idea what I was walking into. I always wanted to be creative. I should have failed art. My art teacher gave me an A for effort because trust me, none of it was good. Did not do well in crafts class, like nothing, but I always wanted something. And so I went and I learned about card making that day, and I was hooked. I was just hooked. But there was, this is before the YouTubes, and this was before the Google machine and all the things. And so, so much of it was just self-taught. You had to look at pictures and try to figure it out, and buying different stamps and having flowers that were this big with leaves that were this big. And so it just became a way for me to unwind after a shift. And then it grew from me just making cards in the morning, trying to unwind after work, to me teaching others how to do it, and then turning it into a business and growing it from there. And the only thing better to me than making cards and doing crafts is teaching other people how to do it. I love teaching people how to make stuff. I love their reaction when they make something. There's nothing like it, especially the people that are like, I won't be able to do that. There's no way I'll be able to do that. And then they make it and they're like, oh my gosh. So I started from complete ignorance, like total ignorance, into this, like this many years later, a lot of years later. But yeah, back in the day, we didn't have a lot of things that were the inspiration. We had to create it and look for anything we could, grabbing color combinations from cereal boxes. That's how I picked out a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's how I got started in all of it.
Oh, yeah.
I love these stories because it's so important for us to share stories like that. How did we start? I mean, I was born into it, but Jules, we found out we had a love of beading together, and then she invented a product. You do a book, and you have a great following. So it's really great to hear these stories.
Oh yeah, I love hearing what people. Good night, Christine. Thank you for being here.
Good night, Christine.
Bye.
Yeah, good night, Christine.
I'm going to take a moment and just welcome Anti-Caffeine Crafts. She had never heard of our channel, and she got the suggestion on YouTube.
Yay,
welcome.
We love it.
That's
We're
awesome.
here every Wednesday night. We are all designers and have licensed products and patented products. And so we love to get together and chat about crafts, and also bring our friends on and share. So welcome, Auntie.
Yes, welcome. So happy to have you.
Yes. So does anybody have any other questions about anything that you've seen on the show tonight? Anything you want to ask Meg? I'm blown away by your book.
Thank you.
It's so cool.
I didn't get into paper crafting. I always done general crafting because I was using wet glue with everything that I did. So it's really cool to me to see how you made it so much easier. I love the inspiration. I would sit down and go, okay, what do I want to do? But the fact that you have stripped everything away and say, just take a look at it in segments. Are they going this way? Are they going this way? Are they stacking? And it makes it so much easier, even for me, who has some crafting experience, to be able to get into paper crafting. Awesome.
Yes, thank you.
I want to say hi to Joan.
Hi, Joan. I want to answer Mary's question. Eileen can't get in. Tiff, do you want to try that?
I'm going to recopy it right here and put it back in. I'm not sure which one you grabbed, because I know we've had that problem before.
Mary, who has patents? I have a patent on my faux quilting stamps, which most stamps have a lip around them, and mine do not. They go together like puzzle pieces to create endless backgrounds and quilt patterns. And Miss Jules has a patent on her jewel loom.
D676,879 to be exact.
Oh my God.
I do not have mine memorized.
And I have mine.
I never thought until Jules repeats it to me all the time. I'm like, yeah, well.
So I see Eileen is here. I don't see her beautiful face yet, but
I saw her face for a minute.
Yeah.
And now I do not.
Okay.
So,
and the reason I want Eileen in here is that, like, this is a whole team of beautiful women who have worked together a lot. And you all got together at your last event and so many events over the past year. So it's really cool to see everybody together here. I'm the newbie in the group,
Well,
even though we go back a long ways.
Long way.
Reintroduced
Into the group. Yes, there's Eileen sideways.
sideways.
We'll bring her in sideways. Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Reintroduced into the group. Yes,
Oh,
there's Eileen sideways.
Right?
We'll bring her in sideways. So Eileen, you need
Okay,
to
there we go.
close out your other tab. Reintroduced into the group. Yeah.
There's an echo.
Somebody's got the
Wait a minute. Let me turn.
So Eileen,
Sorry. I don't know what is going on. Wait a minute.
You're such a troublemaker, baby.
Mike, I can't hear you. I'm a mess here. Wait a minute. Let me turn on my computer now. Sorry.
I don't know what is going on.
All right.
You're such a troublemaker, baby.
I know.
I can't hear you. I'm a mess here. Wait a
Okay.
minute. Let me turn on.
I'm just doing Etsy orders.
Sorry.
And Eileen is
Aw.
gone. But we love her.
What?
so Dawn, just want to say welcome, and we are going to be wrapping up here in a few minutes, but Ann and I then end up going to Whatnot and do our auction of craft supplies. So we're not done yet. So Dawn, just want to say welcome, and we are going to be wrapping up here in a few minutes, but
Oh,
Ann and I then end up going to Whatnot and do our auction of craft supplies. So we're not done yet. So Dawn, just want to say welcome, and
She on a delay or something?
no,
Sounded like
she has two tabs open.
Oh.
So she just has to share.
Eileen, you got to shut your tabs.
She on a delay or something?
No,
sounded like
she has two tabs open.
Oh.
So she just has to share.
you never know what's going to
Eileen, you
happen
gotta
on
shut your
Pajama
tabs.
Party.
She on a delay or
I don't know what my
She has two
computer
tabs
is
open.
messed up. I don't know what to tell you.
So she just has to share.
You never know what's going to
Eileen, you
happen
gotta
on
shut your
Pajama
tabs.
Party.
She on a delay or something?
Okay.
Jules, that needs to be
We
like
tried.
a clip of is she on a delay or something with your voice?
Yeah. That's so
We'll
funny.
loop that. We'll loop that. So
Loop it.
maybe next week, Eileen, since your computer is misbehaving, we try.
Something's weird, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, for those of you who may just be joining us, we're here every Wednesday night for the Pajama Party, and we have show and tell. We invite you to come on and share if you're in the middle of a crafting project. We hope that you grab your supplies and craft along with us. And we have special guests, like tonight, our special guest was Meg, and she has a new book, and we're so delighted that it just launched and she's already here with us. So
Yay!
there you go. And we're very much immersed in the craft industry. And so if you want to know what's going on in the crafting world, between Jules and her jewel loom and her beads, and with her stamps and her papers and her publishing, I do general crafts. My mom is Aline from Aline's Tacky Glue. It's there. It's on the other side of the room.
It's in the back.
We are definitely very immersed. What time zone? It's at 9:00 Central. And so you're catching us at the very end. And the reason we pretty much wrap up on time is because we have to dash on over to Whatnot to set up for our auction. So we basically talk online for 3 hours on Wednesday nights.
We do.
Yeah. So anything, Jules? Oh my gosh. Wait. You obviously have to talk about him.
He's been there a minute.
I was too busy looking at the chat and yapping.
I
It's
know.
Marlon Brando.
Sorry.
Did
So
you
who
know
is
that?
that?
It's Marlon Brando. See, I got my own loom. And
Where's his loom? Can you show it? Is it on the shelf?
Mhm.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so everyone knows.
Oh, don't move, buddy. You're gonna get hurt.
So what do you?
Not a small loom.
He's not. He's the mighty.
The boo boo loom.
So,
He's not happy. Oy.
all right. Well, this has been great. Thank you again to everyone. We're going to start wrapping up. And Meg, we want to invite you back anytime you want to join us.
Thank you. I would
Love
love to come back. It was so much fun.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And
Oh.
Jules and Boo Boo.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
Because I am traveling and I'm not sure about where I'm going to be next Wednesday. Meg is going to be on my 2:00 Central Time segment for my live. I will be there, but Meg is actually going to do the project. So
Awesome.
I am thrilled with that. And so you all come back next week, Bella Crafts Publishing, YouTube, and 2:00 Central. Meg and I will be there, but Meg is going to do the project.
Yes.
Thank you, Meg.
So
You're very welcome. I'm happy to do it.
Jules has her own YouTube lives, Anne has her own, and then we're here Wednesday night. So we're going to hit you every single day of the week at some point here.
Yeah.
Where are you going next
Good
week?
plan.
I'm out of town right now. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be back home yet. So.
Right. So yes, and tonight it's just me, my items on Whatnot, because Anne is on the road. But I think
I
have
will
some
be
things-
there helping her, but none
Yes.
of my items.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Bless you all for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We consider you all of our friends who come and watch with us, and we will see you next Wednesday night, and we'll see you in 15 minutes on Whatnot.
Okay.